UKIP candidate Elizabeth Jones is the talk of social media after flipping out on a live radio broadcast.
Will you shut up? If you be quiet whilst I explain myself, do not interrupt me.
Let us.
Right?
I've never been spoken to so really.
Well, good. Well, aren't you lucky then? Tonight's the first, and won't be the last.
This is Voice
You're going to go for politics.
The party's vice chairwoman for Southwark, who stood as an MEP in London, is heard entering a tirade as she screams at It's too funny. As she screams... I see, I've been scouring everywhere to see if there are any laughs left in the world, and apparently, yes, there are, as long as you look hard enough. Elizabeth Jones, UKIP's vice chairwoman for Southwark, who stood as an MEP and a member of the European Parliament, is heard entering a tirade as she screams at the top of at the top of her voice, "Will you just shut up?
Will you shut up?"
And if you haven't heard it, there's no way to fully describe the unhinged sound that she makes when she says this. This isn't in any way polite. It has had all politeness eviscerated from it. When they say flipping out, they actually really do mean it. It's like she flipped her wig. Her anger was aimed squarely at the fellow guest, little sweet Helen Peterson of the Socialist Party. During a heated debate about UKIP's policies. Well, it wasn't just UKIP's policies, it was about all kind of policies. And, it wasn't heated until the kipper freaked out. Everything was proceeding normally before that. And it's, which makes it all the more remarkable. I was stunned.
Will you shut up?
Elizabeth Jones, the UKIP's vice chairman for Southwark, explained that she was angry because the left wing had been shouting at her since 2010. What year are we now? 2014. That's 10 from 14. It's like 3 years. They've been shouting at her for 3 years.
Correct.
Will you shut up?
Wow, her ears must be bleeding. And that's what the left are known for, of course, shouting, as opposed to the right, who never raised their voice.
Will you shut up?
She, in this radio interview, she continues to put down her fellow guests by saying, "I will explain myself if you be quiet when I explain myself and do not interrupt me." This was a debate on the Voice of Africa radio. Voice of Africa radio. I have no idea what that is. It descends into farce where her opponent laughs off her scorn and Miss Jones adopts a posh accent. It's exactly right. That's exactly what happened. I've never heard anybody scream like this, ever.
Will you shut up?
Not even in films, not even Shelley Duvall, when Jack Nicholson went rogue in The Shining. Not even she was screaming that much.
Will you shut up?
In her election profile, she describes herself by saying, "I have a very wide social reach, from high life to low life, and a wide international social base which cannot be matched by another candidate, hence swift influence can be achieved," she said, to which you might think,
what?
And she does, she screams and then she adopts a posh accent, like suddenly Lady Bracknell entered. Handbag. It's like punching somebody in the face with your pinky outstretched.
If you be quiet whilst I explain myself, do not interrupt me.
Let us.
Right?
I've never been spoken to so really.
Well, good. Well, aren't you lucky then? Tonight's the first, and won't be the last.
This is Voice
You're going to go for politics.
She says her favourite newspaper, guess. Have a wild stab in the dark. Go ahead, guess. I double dare you. I bet my glamorous assistant wants to. He's on the edge of his seat. He's never been so excited.
Is it the Daily Mail?
It is not the Daily Mail.
What? Negative.
No. You fail this test. If you sat here from now until the end of time, you'd never get it. Her actual favourite newspaper, she's said this out loud, is The Times of India.
Will you shut up?
Her favourite political interviewer is? Do you want to play more games? Who's your favourite political interviewer? Go on, I double dare you.
I'll guess Paxman.
Yes. Paxman. Close. Graham Norton.
Will you shut up?
But she told the Huffington Post, any listener to the interview need only carry on for about 2 more minutes. And they will hear Helen of TUSC admit that her brain is so scrambled that she can no longer speak words coherently, and she duly surrendered the microphone, this being reflective of her mental state. I had called the interview to order to restore some dignity. Wow. It was as dignified as a woman screaming her head off in a confined space can be, which is not at all.
Correct.
And she went on to say...